Hello. So I'm gonna talk about my old best friend. But I want to start by saying like I have no issues with this person. Like I actually love them to death. We just grew apart because we moved. But yeah. So I'm not mad at this person, but I still want to talk about it because it traumatized me. She was one of like many people who didn't let me have like opinions because they deemed me to be pretty. And like, don't get me wrong, I love myself. I think myself to be very beautiful. But I don't like how, even to this day, whenever I have an opinion, people would like try to silence me, be like, "Oh, you're pretty. Don't get mad," or you only feel like you could say that because you think you're too good. You think you're too cute. I don't like that. Like I should be able to have feelings and opinions without it just being brushed off like that. Even recently, like I was in someone tagged me in something that was pertaining biracial musician, and we were saying, how much like, we're proud of him and stuff like this. And the lady in the comments was like, you just think you're better than everybody. And I'm just like, excuse me? She didn't say that to anyone else, but she said it to me, and I'm just like, that's so weird. Like, because we're proud of him? What? I don't know. Like, it was just such a weird thing. Or they'll be like, you're used to guys pumping up your head. That's why you feel like you can have an opinion. I don't know. Like, me giving my opinion is because I'm used to people pumping up my head. That's so weird. Like, no, I have an opinion. It has nothing to do with that. Like, that's so stupid to me. Like, ew, what the hell? Anyway, she was one of those people. And it was like, people like would harass me, and then I would defend myself. And then she'd be like, no, you can't get mad. And I'm just like, okay, stop. This is weird. This is annoying. Like, I'm going to speak my mind. You're not going to tell me to stop. And they'll be like, no, but you're just too pretty. You shouldn't get mad. Pretty people shouldn't get mad. I'm just like, okay, I'm not even mad. I'm passionate. And I'm getting agitated because I'm being harassed every day at this daggone school. You need to stop. Like, it's weird. It felt like if I wasn't always happy and just go along to get along, that everyone would like have a problem with it. But it hurt more because she was my best friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, other people doing that to me, it was already like hard enough, but like her being my best friend, like that really was hard. And it felt like she just wanted to treat me like I was some freaking Barbie doll or something. And she would always like, oh, let me do your hair, or let me do this, or let me do that. I'm just like, okay, like, can you stop though? Because like I felt like I wasn't even a person to this person at the time. And I feel bad for saying that. Like, for a long time, like, I didn't really talk about it because she was my best friend. And, I know she, like, I don't think she meant harm by it. But just because you don't mean to cause harm doesn't mean you don't cause harm. And it's like, I wasn't being treated like a person. I was being treated like, again, a show pony. I feel like that's what a lot of people try to treat mixed people in general. But, like, me, like they just want to treat me like, oh, like, you just sit there and be pretty. You don't get to have opinions. You don't get to talk. You don't get to say anything. And I'm going to talk if I want to talk. Like, you're not going to tell me what to say in my mouth. And then, like, the other people in the friend group will be like, oh, well, like, if you say something that, like, isn't agreeing with them, they're like, oh, we won't be your friends anymore. And I'll be like, okay, and bye. And then they'll be like, you're stuck up. Again, a common theme. Because I don't care that you are trying to manipulate me. I'm the stuck up one. You cannot gaslight me. It doesn't work. I don't care to be around you. Like, but then she would like try to silence me when I would like be saying these things to these people. Like, yeah, I don't really care, all this stuff. And then she would like be like, no, don't react. Just like, I don't know. It just felt like gross. It felt, I don't know if anyone has ever like experienced something like that where like you don't even get to talk because someone keeps cutting you off while you're already in an argument. That is the most frustrating thing in the world. And mind you, I'm already not confrontational. Like, I'm just like, I'm more of a like, it'll get away from me. So for me to react, someone has to keep messing with me, right? So that's what they were doing. Like, they kept harassing me. They were getting in my face. They were blocking my path. They were doing all this stuff. And then when I'm reacting to defending myself, this person is interjecting in that to say, oh no, like, you shouldn't get mad, like, you're too pretty, like, ew, don't do that, like, that's so cringy, like, oh my goodness. And it happens so often, and I end up blowing up on her one time because she was another person who would like try to talk to, like, I don't know how to explain, like, she would try to talk to every guy. So like, if you have a friend who tries to talk to every guy, it's like, okay, eventually you're gonna want to talk to someone too. So it's like, dang, like, are you gonna pretend you like every single person? But the weird part about it is, it's like, I don't feel like she even liked the guys. Like, she just didn't want me to talk to them. Like, and later on I realized, like, I wasn't tripping. Like, I feel like she had a crush on me, and later on I realized, like, yeah, I wasn't tripping, she did. But by that point I kind of was like getting snappy, and I'm not like a snappy person, but like, if someone keeps pushing you, you're gonna end up getting snappy. But like, again, I'm not mad at this person. Like, I hope they've grown, I hope they live in a beautiful life, because like, I don't feel like they were trying to be harmful, but they were, you know what I mean? And like, oh my goodness, it was like every single day, like, if anybody talked to me, she'd be like, oh, well, I like him, so you shouldn't talk to him. And I'm like, okay. Like, a few times, like, yeah, like, whatever. But like, at the 10th time I snapped. I was like, you like every single person? And she was like, that's so mean, why are you being mean? You shouldn't be mean, like, you're too pretty, you should just be nice. Like, no, like, I'm a human, I have emotions. Like, if I want to be mad, I'm gonna be mad. Like, stop, like, it's annoying. And my friend who was like by, he's like, yeah, I seen that coming. And I was like, I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's like every single day, like, you need to stop. And I just don't get that. Like, it's like, it's fine when everyone else has like an emotional reaction, but the second I have an emotional reaction, everyone wants to be up in arms, like, oh no, you're so nice, why are you being mean? Like, no, I'm not being mean, I'm reacting to what y'all are doing to me. And I just don't get that. Like, why is it always such a shock when I have a reaction after literally sitting? Like, I literally would try my hardest to like avoid, I don't like all that. So I will try my hardest to just get away from it and be like, you know what, I'll text you later that this was inappropriate. But I don't like blow ups, because that's annoying. But like, eventually everyone has their breaking point. So yeah, like, I got mad, and she literally played the victim, and I didn't understand that, because I'm like, girl, you're not the victim here, you're harassing me every chance you get about boys that I don't even care about. Like, I don't even know these guys like that. But at the same time, like, you can't sit there and every time someone approaches me, you have a crush on them. She even did this with my friend who was gay. Like, he doesn't even like girls. She just seen me like around him. She's like, oh, well, I like him, so you shouldn't talk to him. And I'm like, you say that about everyone. This is getting annoying. And I was dealing with that like within my home, and like the other friend that I already made a video about. So it was like, with her doing it, I like was like, this is hard, because I like expected, like, you keep like to deal with that from more than one person is just hard enough. But like, I really felt like she was a nice person, so I was like, why are you doing this to me? You know what I mean? And I was young, so I was like, I was naive. Like, I was like, all of you cannot be this way. But heck, they would do that to each other. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, it was only happened to me. No, it's happened to other people too. But it's like, it was like, they would make it their mission to do it to me. And I didn't understand that, because I'm like, for what? Like, I'm not bothering you people. Why are you bothering me? You know what I mean? But now that I look back on it, hindsight, obviously, I realized that the reason why I was targeted so much is because like, I was quiet. And then, you know, another creator has made a video about that. This is a really good video. But I was quiet, and I was like, you know, more of the like non-confrontational person, and people were like, oh, well, like, I'm gonna pick with her. But it was like, it was crazy, because it was like girls at that school who, it was like a group of them, and again, like, you can't stop everybody from dating, right? But it was like, okay, well, fine, you like, again, they did this again. It was like, well, you can date whatever, but you, like, if it was me, like, they'd be like, no, you do not talk to her. I'm like, you people are obsessed. And like, the boys there were lame, obviously, and they were like following like, oh, well, I'm not gonna talk to you because everyone hates you. And I was like, okay, bye. And then act like I was stuck up, and then call me stuck up, like I was the problem. No, like, you people are weird. Like, I don't get this, I don't understand it. Like, what is your fixation on me? I don't even like, I would never think like, oh, you see that couple, let me try to break them up. No. But when I had a reaction that day too, because I was like after school walking home and they did that to me, she was like, again, oh no, don't have a reaction, just talk to me. And I'm just like, yeah, like I am talking to you, but this is like not okay. And everyone's pretending like this is normal. Like all these people to be this pressed about what I have going on is just weird to me. Like they took me being quote unquote nonchalant as a threat, when really like I'm not gonna pressure, like I'm not the type to like ever try to talk to guys first or anything like that. So that wasn't even on my radar. Plus I was too young. Like I wasn't really into like that yet. I didn't even get the chance to be into that because they were all up in my business. But like, who do you like? And I'm just like, can you back off? Like, ew. And then, I don't know, it was just so weird. Some of these people have apologized to me, so, like, again, like, I am not mad at you now, but, like, at the time, y'all are stressing me out, because I'm like, what is happening right now? Why do y'all care if someone dates me? Like, I don't know, I'm not even thinking about dating, but when I am, why are you that pressed about it? Like, I just didn't get it. Like, they had this one-sided, beef, for lack of a better words. Like, they had so much animosity towards me, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting here, why are you mad? And I think it was because, like, again, I was quiet. So it's like, if a guy likes a quiet person, people get so mad about that. Like, why do you like her? Why do you not like me? But why are you competing? Like, you have a boyfriend. Why are you worried about me? Why is my best friend telling me not to have a reaction when people are harassing me? Like, not even that I want to talk to these people, but they were, like, in my face. And I got attacked by, like, some girl that she knew. Like, and I don't know, it was like everyone was acting like I was supposed to, like, I'm not a hood rat, I'm not about to be fighting people. Anyway, and she, like, attacked me. I'm like, she was way older than us too, and I was just like, girl, you're, like, ridiculous. So I moved away for a while, because I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you people are fucking obsessive. You don't even know me, you're trying to fight me. And make up some whole fake story about it too. Like, oh yeah, she was talking about my sister. Like, bitch, I don't know your sister, you fucking degenerate. Oh my god, that shit makes me mad when I think about it. And that bitch is still staring me down. Like, she's older than us. She's in, like, a different school because she's that much older than us. And she's, like, trying to fight us. To this day, that makes me mad because, girl, what the hell? People were, like, sick in the head. But I'm just so mad that, like, my own friend was, like, even that day, the day that fight happened, she was, like, trying to tell me, like, oh, like, you're too pretty, like, just walk home. I'm like, I'm trying to walk home. They're stalking me. These fucking monsters are stalking me down the freaking hill, and I'm trying to walk home, and you're acting like I'm the problem here. Like, I'm not the problem. I want to go home. I can't. Because you're not supposed to turn your back on people. Especially, they were following me like a bunch of weirdos. And you're older than me. That was so weird. But I just felt like I didn't get to, like, anytime, like, I was around this person, like, if I had an opinion that wasn't, like, PC or nice, she would, like, act like I wasn't allowed to have that opinion. And she wasn't the only person who did that to me. Like, that's so toxic and unhealthy to not be able to express yourself because other people feel like you should just sit there and be pretty. No, like, I have opinions, I have, like, thoughts, and I'm not gonna just be silenced all the time. And I'm already a quiet person, and they're still doing this to me. Like, that's the crazy part about it. It's extremely dehumanizing to be in that situation. And people will, like, watch them, like, oh, like, are you guys dating? I'm like, no, I'm not dating her. What the heck? And they were like, I'm not trying to be mean, but she was like, oh, but you don't have to say it like that. And it's like, dude, like, this is, like, so overwhelming. Like, I don't understand why any of this is happening or you people act this way. Where I'm from, it's not like that. Like, don't get me wrong. There's, like, catty people. There's, like, drama. There's, like, toxicity. But it's, like, there's a limit. This is, like, that crap was so overwhelming. Like, oh, my goodness. And then, like, obviously, I stick out, like, a sore thumb because I don't talk like them. Like, I'm not from the same neighborhood. And they'd be like, oh, you're a Valley girl. And that, like, made people want to, like, fight me. And I would, like, be like, oh, you're a hood rat. Like, what is wrong with you? And she'd be like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. And I'm like, why? She'd be like, because you're sweet. Like, just be sweet. And I'm like, no. I'm not gonna sit there and let them keep like throwing jabs at me, and I'm not gonna say nothing back, especially because they want to physically harm me. And I'm gonna be real with you, if someone wants to harm you, just hurt their feelings. Like, keep hurting their feelings until you run away, because it's the only way you can get yourself out of that situation half the time. Like, I'm just being so honest. Like, if you like sit there and say nothing, they're gonna hit you. The only thing that has ever worked for me was just like start with, okay, you want to do this, let me hurt your feelings, and then they'll leave and be like, oh, I don't even care, I don't even want to talk to you, thank you, leave me alone. Because being nice, that's not going to help you. Also, like, when you're constantly being in silence, it's gonna make you angrier. And I'm not a naturally angry person, but like being in silence when, like, you know what I mean, it's frustrating. And I've dealt with that so often throughout my life, and people be like, oh no, like, don't say anything, or like people will literally be harassing me, saying mean things to me, but when I say something back, they'll be like, no, don't say nothing. But you sat there and allowed them to say it to me. Absolutely not. Like, I'm gonna speak my mind, I don't care. And being around people who silence you is damaging, and it's not healthy. I do not recommend it whatsoever. But yeah, that friendship ended because one day we were at, actually the girl who I made the video about last time, the racist one, we were at her house. I guess it was her house or one of her family members' house, and she like pushed me. We were sitting on the bed because there was no seats, and she like pushed me down on it and like jumped on top of me and like straddled me, and I like freaked out. I was like, what are you doing? Get off of me. And then she acted like I was like, she like was crying or whatever, like, you're so mean, like, and like I just didn't want to talk to her. Like, I felt like I was being obviously I was being gaslit, but in the moment I didn't know what gaslighting was. I was just like, you're playing the victim. Like, this is crazy. Like, you just did that to me and you're playing the victim, and like I don't understand. And to this day I still feel guilty. Like, I don't know, like, not for yelling at her or telling her to get off of me, but like telling my story, I guess. But I'm not going to say their names or anything. Like, I hope she's grown and learned from that. That was, like, really traumatic, though. Because, like, obviously, I knew what it was. Like, I knew, like, something, like, I could feel it. Like, she, like, liked me or whatever. But, because she had given me, like, a ring. And I was like, this is, like, whatever. And one of my other friends, it was, like, an engagement ring. Like, a whole set. And, like, one of my other friends was like, oh, well, I want half of it because, like, I don't know. She was just, like, she wanted a part of it. People were like, you know, Mika, that's kind of weird. Like, she kind of, like, likes you or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but, like, what do I say? Like, I'm young. Like, I didn't know how to handle it. And it was just, like, I felt, like, really put on the spot. And, like, I didn't know how to handle the situation. No adults were helping me handle the situation. So, yeah, I just, like, took it, and then I just put it up in my room, and, people were asking, like, did we date? And I'm like, no, like, I don't date her, what the heck? And it's like, they were like, well, she likes you, and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of tell that, but I didn't know how to navigate the situation, and it was just, like, really traumatic. I don't know. It was, like, as a kid, I feel like an adult should intervene and help me, but no one did because those teachers were weird, and there was a few PDF files, and then other ones who I guess, like, they didn't know how to handle it, but they should have been trained for that, I feel like. But yeah, that day that she did that, I, like, never really dealt with her like that after that. Like, I didn't feel safe, obviously, because she did that, and, like, we were younger, obviously, so I'm not judging, but that was, like, a traumatic event in my life, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like you should, like, be afraid to tell your story, because, you know what I mean? But it was crazy. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you, bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.